Broadcasting from the Evergreen Media Network studios in Vero Beach, Florida. It's Huntin with Heather.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Huntin with Heather. I am your host, Heather Hawk. This is Season 2, Episode 4. If you're new to this show, welcome. This show is dedicated to all those who love to hunt, love the outdoors, and those who want to learn more. Whether you're a seasoned hunter or a green hunter, this show is going to be packed full of information. We're going to talk deer, turkey, and everything in between. And of course, you can't forget about the stories, those stories that keep us coming back for more. So grab a seat, sit back, and let's talk hunting. So before I introduce my guest today, I want to give a shout out to my sponsors, Jake Witt with State Farm. Yes, that's right, guys. The Jake with State Farm. If you want a hometown field agent, Jake is going to be your guy. He takes care of my family. He does our vehicles, our utility vehicles, our life insurance policies. And it's so nice because it's just a one-stop shop. I don't have to worry about it. And I know he's really looking out for our best interest and trying to save us money, which in this world, we could all use that. So you're going to want to reach out to Jake Witt at 772-500-5253, or you can reach him at jakefromsf.com. And of course, you can't forget about my next sponsor, Boars and Broads. You guys go check them out. Their content is fun. It's exciting. If you love hogs and running dogs, this is going to be your jam. Go check them out. Boars and Broads. So let's get into the show. And my next guest, you guys, I am so excited to have her on. And I know you're going to be just as excited as too once you hear this show. Her name is Andrea Potgieter. I hope I pronounced that right. She is a freelance professional safari hunter in Africa. And so she's coming to us, you guys, from Africa. And I'm just so excited to have her on. Welcome, Andrea, to the show.
Thank you, Heather. Thank you for having me. I'm very blessed that you've invited me. So I'm looking forward and I'm very excited about this podcast.
Thank you. I hope I pronounced your name right. Say it for me.
Perfect.
Oh,
perfect.
Awesome.
Andrea
Okay, good.
Potgieter, yeah.
Potgieter. Okay, great. So
Yes.
You are a professional hunter over in South Africa. A
Yes.
woman professional
Yes.
hunter.
Yeah.
So
Not
let's
a lot
get,
of them though.
yeah. So I was wondering, is there many in your, like where you hunt or in your area?
Personally, I know like just only 3 women hunters that's or professional hunters that very active during the hunting season, but there's more men than women, so we need to make it our best shot of it.
Yeah, it's like that here too, in the States, in the United States. It's more men, obviously, is a dominant sport of men, but
Yeah.
I see a lot of women, and I see more women getting involved, and I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to see women get more involved, especially the new generations as well. I think about in 10 years' time, there will be more women hunters than men hunters. My personal opinion about that.
That would be great, right? That'd be
Yeah,
great if we could
yeah,
succeed the guys. So let's get to know a little bit about you.
yeah.
So tell me,
Okay.
how did you get into hunting in the first, how'd you get into in the
Uh,
first place?
From a young age, I've been very interested in the outdoors. So going out with my dad to farms, he not kidnapped me from school, but I would phone him after school and said, "Come pick me up. Let's go to the farm. Let's go to the shooting range." So he's the one that learned me from the outdoors and introduced me to the outdoors. So yeah, and he's also a professional hunter, doing it part time. So learn from the best and still learning from the best.
I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, do you have any
So
siblings?
it's
Do they
running a
hunt?
family.
Do you have any
I've got
siblings?
one sister. One sister. She hunts a little bit, but she's not a big fan of the hunting, but she will always join us. But she's got a little daughter, Clara. She's 3 years old. and she loves the outdoors and she knows almost all the animals by name. So yeah, it's nice to see family from a young age doing liking what we do most in the
Yes.
outdoors.
That's one of my things with this show is, I want to educate others. I love about
Mm,
hunting and also to
yeah.
spread the word to others. Like maybe they weren't raised in
Mm,
hunting, but you can still get
mm,
your children in the outdoors. There's a lot of mentor programs out
yeah.
there, so that's something that's near and dear to my heart as spreading that, like getting the
Mm,
word out there,
mm,
because I think it is very important to get this next generation out,
mm.
out in the woods
Yeah.
or out in the bush where you're at,
Mm,
what you guys call the
mm.
woods, the bush. Yeah,
The bush.
the
Yeah,
bush.
it's
Yep.
always good to see the new generation. It's our responsibility to teach them because it's our future and the future of conservation. So yeah, it's
You
good to
couldn't have said it
keep
better.
them
Absolutely.
go.
Yes.
No, yeah,
Yeah, definitely. It is the
yeah.
future of conservation, and mentoring
Mm,
is conservation.
it's conservation, and we
So
need to do it right.
that's right.
Trying our best.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes. So
yeah.
all right. So what made you want to become? I know you kind of probably explained it pretty
Mm.
much there, but what made you want to really become a professional hunter? I mean,
I
that's a
just
big,
love the outdoors, and it's a really big decision that I've made, and especially for women in the outdoors. They after school, I wanted to do the PH course and all that stuff, and everybody said no, it's not for women, and I'm not going to make it. And I worked a couple of years in a toxic environment, and just decided one day I'm going to take this chance, do what I want to do, and do what I love. And I never regretted and never looked back.
and you have done so well because we've
Yeah.
actually been
Mm,
friends. I like to say we're friends because I've known you for a couple years
mm,
through Facebook. And
yeah.
we've interacted with each other. So I always
Mm,
I feel like some people on, Facebook that we interact. So I feel like we're friends. I've watched
mm,
you
yeah.
and I've watched you as you've become like even more in
Mm,
as a professional hunter.
mm.
And you actually took was it Melissa Bachman? You had her and her husband on, correct?
Yes, at Linyati safaris in Limpopo province, we night hunted and day hunted, so it was a really tough hunt, but it all paid off. Like 2 o'clock in the morning, we finished, and then 6, 7 o'clock we ate breakfast, and then 8 o'clock we went out again. And for 7 days, it just continued, but it was one of the most rewarded hunts ever.
Yeah. How is she in person? Is
Yeah.
she just as nice in person as she is on screen, like on
The
her shows?
Yeah, like I didn't even know, like knew her. Like I didn't know who Melissa Buckham was, and then they said, "No, I'm gonna hunt with Melissa Buckham." I'm like, "Okay, let's Google," and I'm like, "What?" And I was
Yeah.
very blessed and honored to have hunted with her.
Yeah,
Very,
she's
very
big.
nice people.
She's
Mm,
a big in the States
really
here.
big.
Yes. And
Yeah, she's very kind. Mm.
is she?
Yeah, very kind, very kind. And
Yeah.
her husband as well. And they also do it for their passion. And you can tell by how they work, they do it not just for work, but it's their passion,
For
loving the
sure.
outdoors and hunting.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure, definitely. It's nice because her family and stuff is all involved in it. Her little boy is the cutest, and I
Yeah.
know you see him on the. But anyhow, that was what an exciting
Yeah.
hunt to have her or
Mm.
to take her.
Very, very exciting.
How awesome is
Very,
that?
very good hunt and exciting. Yeah. No, that
Yeah,
was,
she
and
did the
that
night
hunt took place
hunt.
at Linyati.
Yeah, so she did
Yeah,
the
the
night
night
hunt
hunt
there.
and yeah, the night hunt, and then during the day we hunted as well. So Ben, her husband, shot a impala, and Melissa shot an kudu.
Yep.
That was very rewarding. Yeah.
And she
Oh,
who's this? What is
this
that?
is the last hunt for that is called a bushbuck. So that
Okay.
was also at Linyati Safaris, probably beginning of September. Also a very rewarding hunt. We hunted the whole day looking for a perfect bushbuck, and I think like 8, 9 p.m. at night, we saw it, and it was a really far shot. So the client took it, and then we had to look where the animal is lying down, and it is at night. So we took the flare, and one of my friends took the flare, and he looked, and he said, "Oh, there it's lying just there. We walked past it right there." So it was a very rewarding hunt.
That's
Very
awesome.
happy client.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
bet. Definitely. Yeah. So I'm
Mm.
in the works right now with you of working on a 2025 hunt.
Yeah, that's
there is that
exciting.
one,
Mm.
the civet cat that I really would love to. I think Melissa got that
Yeah.
civet cat, correct?
Yes, civet and the genet. And her husband
Yes.
shot a bush pig. That's also a night hunt. Very fun hunt with the
Yeah.
thermals and the flares, and
Yeah,
very,
my
very
husband's
exciting.
really excited. My husband's really excited about it. So we
Yeah.
are looking forward to that hunt next year with
Mm.
you guys or with you. And but let's talk a little bit about, okay, so what is your favorite game though to hunt?
Like I've been thinking about that question, and there's no specific animal that I can say it's my favorite because all the animals is different and all animals that we hunt is exciting. So it depends which animal you go after. Like not one hunt is the same. So if you go out for kudu, that kudu hunt is my favorite. If you go out for a bushbuck, that hunt is different and it's also fun. So it's hard to tell and to say, okay, that is my favorite animal to hunt. But I must say, like a buffalo, your adrenaline, it pumps like right through your veins.
Yeah,
Very fun hunt.
I can
And it's
imagine.
dangerous. So that is dangerous, and it also makes you feel like, oh, death or life. It can kill you or you can kill it.
Definitely. Definitely. So
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about this one right here that we have on the screen.
This was hunted at Desa Safaris. So that is called black wildebeest. So there's only certain parts of South Africa that you can hunt them because they are native there. So if the clients come by certain outfitters, they will say, okay, they will want to hunt like a black wildebeest, and then you will go to a concession that has black wildebeest. So yeah,
Okay.
and that was
Fantastic.
Croatian's clients. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
That's a big so what is the most sought out that you know? What is the most sought out African big game or a couple of them? What are the most one that you get the most requests for?
Like I think all hunters they want to hunt kudu and a buffalo.
Okay.
That's the two main animals that I know all hunters that comes to Africa, kudu. And then when they get the kudu, like afterwards they will say, okay, maybe a buffalo as well.
Yeah. And
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. So you didn't send me this picture,
Oh,
but I got this picture off your Facebook and I hope
oh,
that's okay because this
of the
is
internet. Yeah,
insane.
no problem.
So tell me what
Yeah, it is
exactly, I see
insane.
what you're doing, but tell me a little bit about this picture right here with the lions.
Okay. So this place is like a sanctuary for lions. They like yeah, how can you say it? They do research on the lions, and they don't not only have lions, but they do have hyenas that they actually take the blood and make vaccines of it out of it. So
Oh, wow.
it's a place called Ukutula. Yeah. So a lot of times we take the clients, they're like Norwegian clients. They like to go for a day or so, and the people they are very kind. It's I see that place as also part of like a conservation center. They
Okay.
take all the like for example if there's animal a baby animal on a farm, and then they will take it in and raise it. And a lot of people from like Doha, I don't know what countries in Europe, they will take in like the cheetahs, and they will have like a royal time there because the cheetahs didn't have the opportunity to be in the wild where they are. They just know how like I don't know how you can say it. Like they didn't teach them how to hunt.
Oh,
So
okay, right. So
the
they
only
can't be
place they
put
know
back
is
out in the
like in
wild.
captivity.
Right, okay. Yeah, so
Yeah,
they've been in
yeah,
captivity and they can't be released into the wild because they wouldn't survive out
yeah,
there, correct? Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So these lions obviously are tamed to some extent, right? They're
It's still a wild animal, though.
sure.
It's still a wild animal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
How
can't
is
take
it
chances, though.
you right. So how is it walking with them though? Like were you did you feel pretty safe or were
You
you a
feel
little
small. Yeah, no,
uh,
no, yeah, you feel safe, but you feel small, you know. You only see like the lions on the TV and like Lion King and so on. And then the actually lion is in front of you, and you're like, oh, I feel so tiny. And one bad move, or if you run, you know you're gonna get killed because it's still a wild animal.
yeah, definitely. You know, it's so there's a lot of big game out there. You know, we have
Mm,
big game here in the States. You know, we have the
mm,
grizzlies and you know, there's the wolves and there's different
mm,
things. So I'm in Florida. I primarily hunt here in Florida. I have hunted
mm.
out of different states out west and my husband when
Yeah,
we hunt here, we have gators and we're in the swamp and we've got things, but he
mm,
always tells me you're on top of the food chain. So
yeah,
we go out west and you know
mm,
there's bears, there's a lot more there. He said,
mm,
"Okay, you're not on
mm,
top of the food chain here." So
mm.
I can imagine being over there. You're definitely not on
Yeah,
top of the food chain there.
yeah. No,
So
like walking with a lion.
yeah. Or like so when you
Yeah,
hunt,
obviously they get feed or so. Mm,
right. But when you're doing your
yeah.
safari hunts, there's a
Mm.
lot of big wild game that is
Yeah, certain areas there's a lot of big game like buffalo, so you always need to be aware. And like the more you hunt, you get to know to look at the signs and always be prepared. Like if we know there's like big game in the area, we walk with a big rifle as well.
sure. Like what about
Yeah,
cheetahs
for in
and
case it charts.
yeah, so
Yeah, like
cheetahs.
cheetahs. Yeah, like cheetahs, it's only certain parts of South Africa, like northwest, and sometimes they get it in Limpopo, if I'm not mistaken. But they won't harm you. They are more scared of you than you
Okay.
are of them.
Yeah, because you always
Yeah,
think about that, you know.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. No.
yeah,
Oh, that
definitely.
picture was actually taken. That previous picture was taken by so after hunting season I work as a ranger at Naked and Afraid that
Oh,
they shoot
yes.
in South Africa, so I took that picture on one of the shows
Yeah, so tell
after a
me,
very long day.
yeah, so I forgot about that and I wanted to yeah, so you
Yeah,
are a ranger on Naked and Afraid, the show, right? That everyone watches around
yeah,
the world.
yeah.
How
Yes,
was
yes, yes,
that?
yes.
That was is that pretty cool or like
It's pretty cool, and all I can say is the real deal.
yeah. Okay. Okay. I know you can't say a
It's
lot.
the real deal. Yeah,
So
yeah,
you can't, yeah, say a lot about it, but that's super cool.
yeah.
What a great opportunity for you and to be a
Yeah,
part of such a
it's
big
really
show.
exciting. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm
That's
very privileged to
awesome.
do that.
So
Yeah,
real quick, let's
different.
talk.
A little change of it's a little bit a change of scenery after hunting season, so it's all good.
Good. So let's talk about what a
Yeah.
day looks like. If I was to come hunt, all right, I'm come
Mm.
to a outfitter, you know, one of these outfitters that you guys
Okay.
have. Um, what does a day look like hunting with you?
Okay, so from the start to the end, let me
Yeah.
explain nicely. So on your arrival, we have like welcome drinks and you get settled and everything. And then we will go to the shooting range, check the rifles. If bow hunters, we will put a butt out there so that the clients can shoot the butt and check if everything is okay. And then if there's time, like we will go for a quick drive to check if there's any animals that's on the list. If not, we just take it easy, have like a barbecue. We call it braai in Afrikaans, so you barbecue meat on the fire. So the next day, the second day, you will wake up, everyone will have breakfast, and then everyone will depart to the hunting destinations. And then if the client wants to stay in the bush, we have lunch in the bush. Otherwise, we go back to the lodge, take a quick nap, and get ready for the afternoon session. So that will
Nice.
also continue like till the hunt is over. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we do here. We get up early, but we're usually,
Mm.
in before dark. We're in our blind, our stand
Yeah.
before dark.
Mm.
Come out, have
Mm.
lunch, take a little nap, and then we're back at it until dark again.
Yeah,
And
no, it's
depending on
like,
obviously
mm,
if you harvest something, then you come out and you work on that.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
that's
like,
go ahead.
mm, we've got like, if we shoot something, like you saw my truck, it's got like a frame on with a winch. So if the animal is like in the bush, deep in the bush, we will make a road ourselves with the trackers, and then load the animal, take it to the skinning shed, and then they prepared it for the taxidermy.
So, and I want to ask you real quick because the meat that comes from these animals, where does that meat go typically?
Okay. Typically, the farm owners or the outfitters will give some meat to the farm workers to feed them, and some of the animals or the meat they will sell to get money in to get maybe buy like food for the animals or pay salaries and so on. So it depends on which place you hunt at as well.
Okay, yeah, because I
Yeah.
think that's great that it goes to the farm workers.
Mm. Yeah, some of it, and
Definitely.
some of them they sell, and with that income, they will pay salaries or they will buy feed for the animals.
Okay. So
Yeah,
if someone to come and hunt with you,
yeah,
how does someone do that? If I say, "Hey Andrea, I mean, I already know because we're working on
mm,
that, but how do I know? Like how
yeah.
does someone else that's listening to this, a lot of people aren't watching it, but they're listening to how are they able to like get a hold of you?
They can mail me on my email address that is pinkimpala2061@gmail.com, or they can contact me on Facebook with Messenger under Andrea Potgieter.
So we're going to have to wrap up the show already, which is like crazy. I told you it goes by so
Okay, no
quick.
problem.
But
Yeah, it's
real
like
quick,
I'm like looking at the time now. Yeah.
I know it's like, whoa, it's already here. What is something that, I
Yes,
mean,
you
like,
can.
what's something that you like to give another hunter? Like, just some advice. What would be something? Like, what would you say that you were taught, maybe?
Come open. If you come to South Africa and plan a hunt, come open-minded. Like sometimes people say they want this certain animals, and let me tell you, if you go after a zebra, you don't find a zebra. You only find it the last day. So come open-minded, have your budget, and if there's like an impala and it's not on your list and it's a really good one, and just trust your PH, and he or she will tell you it's a really good one, and take it, because the chances of seeing that animal again is very rare.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
no
thank
problem.
you
And
again
sorry.
for coming on the show.
Yeah,
And I look forward to seeing you in person next year in
mm,
2025 when we do
yeah,
our safari
that would
hunt.
be great.
Yes, I
Yeah.
cannot wait. And you keep doing what you're doing and paving a way for female hunters and professional hunters and all of our next generation. So thank you so much. Thank you to my sponsors, Jake with State Farm, Boars and Broads. You guys go check Andrea out on Facebook and check out her stuff. You're going to really be impressed. And I love you guys. Be well. Go get outdoors.